Mr. Speaker, this morning I was joined by patients and families who are suffering from atypical neurological decline. What I clearly heard is that they want to know what is making them and/or their family members sick, but the provincial government is blocking key research from being carried out. In a letter written to Public Health Canada and Public Health New Brunswick on January 30th, Dr. Ali Marrero once again raised his concerns about the unexpectedly high number of early onset or young onset progressive neurological syndromes in New Brunswick. Over the past year, he has been following 147 cases of patients suffering from neurological symptoms, which includes 57 early onset cases and 41 young onset cases. Will the Minister of Health get out of the way and allow the Public Health Agency of Canada to launch an investigation?
Minister of Health.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the question here today, and I appreciate the individuals and their families that are involved in this situation. And Mr. Speaker, I can understand their frustration. Obviously, they're here today to express that, and I appreciate that. It's been one of the files that I've seen when I inherited the Department of Health and dove into quite extensively. That letter has been received, Mr. Speaker, by myself or by the department. Public Health is reviewing the contents of that letter, and they are drafting a response. And Mr. Speaker, if there's additional information that they Public Health would need from the doctor in question, that they would go back to him and ask those questions. But certainly the question here today in the floor of the legislature is such that request and those findings have been turned over to Public Health for review and response.
The member for Memramcook-Tantramar.
Mr. Speaker, that's not good enough. Monsieur le Président, les patients, leurs familles et tous les gens du Nouveau-Brunswick méritent de savoir si les facteurs environnementaux sont en cause ou non. Le groupe de neurologues nommé par la province pour examiner les cas n'a pas exclu cette possibilité. En 2021, l'Institut canadien de recherche sur la santé a accéléré une proposition de financement pour mener des recherches sur le terrain sur les causes environnementales possibles de cette incidence élevée de détérioration neurologique au Nouveau-Brunswick. Mais en mai de cette année-là, le gouvernement du Nouveau-Brunswick a demandé que la demande de financement soit mise en suspens pour une durée indéterminée. Le gouvernement n'a jamais donné de raison valable pour expliquer cette décision. Je pose à nouveau la question. Le ministre de la Santé va-t-il se retirer et permettre à l'Agence de santé publique du Canada de lancer une enquête?
Mr. Speaker,
Minister, just a moment. I would remind the visitors in the gallery that they are not to participate in the debate on the floor. Thank you very much. Minister of Health.
I was just going to say the inference that the member opposite makes about me standing in the way is incorrect. Mr. Speaker, there's a high degree of cooperation between New Brunswick Public Health and the Public Health Agency of Canada. And Mr. Speaker, the Public Health Agency of Canada supported the results of the provincial investigation. That's the fact of the matter, Mr. Speaker. And the feds, they can investigate if there's reason to believe there's a cluster of common cases that spans more than one province. And Mr. Speaker, they looked at the results of the investigation that was done here in the province of New Brunswick by the experts, and they concluded the similar outcome. So that is why the further investigation stopped, is because Public Health Agency of Canada agreed with the findings that were found here in the province of New Brunswick. So I suggest the member opposite appreciate what she's trying to do here, but Mr. Speaker, those are the facts.
Deputy, the Memramcook-Tantramar.
Mr. Speaker, what I'm trying to do is get the facts. New Brunswick told the Public Health Agency of Canada to stop. They said, no, we don't want your millions of dollars to investigate. Stop. How can the Minister of Health stand here and say no? Mr. Speaker, where is the urgency from this minister? People have been waiting for years now for answers. People are suffering. With so many young New Brunswickers presenting with early onset or young onset progressive neurological syndromes, you'd think it would be all hands on deck to find out what the cause is. But we haven't got an answer from the Minister of Health. But I'm sure the Minister of Environment must be concerned about this high rate of disease. And when I asked him about this 2 years ago, he said his department would help however it could, including making all data available. So considering this, will the Minister of Environment join me in demanding that the Minister of Health stand aside and allow the Public Health Agency of Canada to launch an investigation into whether environmental factors are involved?
Minister of Health.
Well, Mr. Speaker, again, I want to reiterate I understand the concern of the people here present today and the frustration, but the fact of the matter is, October 27, 2021, February 24, 2022, the conclusion of the panel, which is comprised of a number of experts, made their conclusions known to the public and also to the members of the family, Mr. Speaker. That's when Public Health Agency of Canada supported those findings. And I've suggested to the member opposite of the process that's involved with respect to Public Health Canada and the New Brunswick Public Health. The letter received earlier this year has been turned over to Public Health. Public Health is drafting a response, and if they need more information, they will be going back to the doctor in question. Thank you very much.